Okay, this is Mike with Edge On Up, and as you can see, we're all zoomed in on our zucchini mounted in our SLCP10 slice plate. The slice plate's already been, as you can see, mounted, and that mounting took place with by removing the force plate from the E-Lab-B and replacing, and that's done by removing these two screws right here. And then we use those same two screws to go in these two holes right here in the slice plate. So as you can see, I've been shopping this morning. I purchased this zucchini, and I also picked up this $8 knife. So it's pretty much a brand new knife, and and let me point out, we've got a zucchini mounted up here, but of course, for instance, and particularly if you're an industrial customer, you can put any manner of object in there, you know, be it wood, plastic, any sliceable material, could be cloth, so on and so forth. The slice plate itself is easily modifiable. You can use longer screws here. You could use shorter screws. You can drill new holes and drill and tap and put the screws in different positions if your application requires it. So let's do this. Let's finish clamping this down, our zucchini. And as you can see, that's done by simply tightening these clamp nuts. So that is done. So let me explain what our setup is. As I said earlier, we have an E-Lab-B here. I have my laptop sitting right over here, and my laptop is running our EdgeLab Pro user interface. So, and the reason I did that is because we're going to generate a graph at the end of this experiment. And then I'm going to bring that graph and we'll do a little short analysis of that graph. So let's get started here. We pick up our knife. I'm going to go ahead and say start this test, and this test is set to automatically begin and end in our preferences over here. So I'm going to say start test because it won't actually begin logging any data until the instrument senses that there's actually been force applied to it. So now we could take our knife and we can cut it here, we could cut it in the center, we could cut it over here on this end. Because of the camera view, we'll cut it on this end so you can clearly see when we've sliced through the zucchini. So let's begin. And here we go. And that's the end of our test. Okay, very good. And I see that we've generated a graph over here. So let me save that graph, and I'll be back shortly. Okay, we're back with our graph analysis now, and as you can see, here's our graph. The total test time was 5.6 seconds. The average force was 127. The maximum force was 228. So this is pretty much as expected. When we begin the test, we're going up, 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 up until we penetrate the skin of the zucchini. And then we come down as we start into the cross section of the zucchini, or the flesh of the vegetable, as the case may be. And then I would suspect that the middle of the zucchini is somewhere in here. And then we start coming down, 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 as the cross section of the zucchini gets smaller and smaller, until we end up over here, where we sort of flatten out a little bit for just a bit as we re-encounter the skin on the other side. And then we drop off to nothing. So that's about the size of it. Thanks for tuning into this tutorial. And when the music comes on, that means it's time to turn the lights in the sharpening room off.